everyone. It's Monday and it's 4 o'clock. You are at home with Vanessa Cantave. Welcome to the series premiere. This is our very first episode. I am so excited to have you guys joining me today at my home right here in Brooklyn, New York. We have a wonderful show planned for you today. So for those of you that were with me on my other show and you followed me to my new show, thank you again for continuing on this journey with me. You're gonna get all of the things that you loved before, and we've got some really new, exciting features. So make sure you stick around. You're gonna get to see a little bit of my boy, Christian. He's 3.5. We're gonna have a little conversation, and then we've got some awesome tips. And at the end, I'm going to be taking some questions from you. So let's get started. All right, I'm so excited. So I was thinking long and hard, what was the very first episode of At Home going to be? And I thought, of course, my go-to, my favorite 2 recipes for entertaining at home. They're quick, they're easy, and I've been making them for years and years and years. So the first recipe we're gonna do is a linguine with spicy marinara sauce. Let's get started. Head into my kitchen. All right, guys, so this is such an easy recipe. I love this one. We're gonna make a spicy marinara sauce, and we're gonna use a combination of marinara sauce in the jar, but also some fresh cherry tomatoes. So I got these are great. These are tomatoes, they're on the vine. We wanna roast these in the oven. So we're gonna first add some pepper, a little bit of salt. Today we're just gonna put some oregano. I have some fresh oregano here. I'm gonna throw some of that on top, but whatever you have. In the future, I swear I'm gonna have an herb garden, so stick with me on that one. And then I'll be able to actually pull these herbs from my own garden. And we're gonna definitely put some olive oil. So that's all we have to do here. And this goes into a 400-degree oven for about 20 minutes. All right, guys, so our cherry tomatoes are in the oven and they're roasting. Now I'm gonna show you how to make the easiest, most delicious marinara sauce. All right, let's get started. All right, so we're gonna start with some olive oil. We're gonna heat the pan up to medium-high, and then we wanna add all of our aromatics. So we're gonna add our red pepper flakes, some smoky Spanish paprika, and some garlic. And then we're gonna add whatever your favorite marinara sauce is. We'll go ahead and add that. Remember, this sauce has marinara sauce from the jar, and we also are going to have our cherry tomatoes. So this is really sort of the basis for our sauce. We have all of our aromatics in here. We'll give this a stir. At this stage, you want to add some salt and some pepper. We'll let this simmer for just about 5 minutes. So one of my secret ingredients is actually a little bit of butter. So I know usually you're used to all olive oil, but I'm gonna add a little bit of butter, about 3 tablespoons. Is that a little bit? No. Just gonna add that extra creamy texture. So we'll put the butter in. So I have my pasta. I prepared earlier al dente. It's okay if you get a little bit of pasta water. That's perfectly fine. That starchy water is actually really good. All right, so you can turn off your heat now, and you just want to give this a nice toss before you plate it in your bowl. Another thing I like to do is to add some cheese at this stage, and then again at the end. So we'll add about half of our Parmesan in right now. And then we're gonna go ahead and plate this up. Ooh, this looks so good. Perfect. All right, so we've transferred our pasta into this really beautiful serving bowl. Some of you guys will remember this. This is my favorite bowl that I got in Tunisia. And we're gonna add a few things on top. So we've got some really great ingredients. The key to this is just fresh, fresh, fresh. So we've got some basil, which we're just going to slice thinly here. Let's first add our cherry tomatoes. Look how gorgeous these are. These are so beautiful. We'll go ahead and put these right on top. It's okay if we get all the juice and also some of that oregano that was roasting with it. So right on top. And then we're gonna add some fresh basil, a little bit more Parmesan. Look at this, how delicious and easy is this? I love this dish. So this is our linguine with spicy marinara sauce and roasted cherry tomatoes. So hey guys, we thought it would be really fun to just sort of tape some conversations that I have with my 3-year-old. I think toddlers and just kids in general, they're so uplifting and they really sort of like remind you of what's important and take your mind away from all the stress. So check out this week's Conversations with Christian.
Hi.
Guess my love.
I have a big belly today.
You have a big belly today?
Yeah.
Because you ate all your macaroni and cheese?
And I ate everything.
Oh,
because I'm growing up.
You're growing up.
Yeah. Because I'm gonna grow up being like you and Daddy. When I be 10, I'm gonna be big like Ashton.
But when you're 10, then Ashton is gonna be 16.
Well, when I'm gonna grow up like Daddy, and then I'm gonna be 60, 90. I'm gonna be 60, 98.
60, 98?
Yeah.
That's old.
How old are you?
I am 40.
I'm gonna be 60, 98. And then I'm gonna be the biggest one I ever seen.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm gonna stay 3.
So guys, this next recipe is absolutely one of my favorites. My dad started making this recipe probably since I was about 8 or 9 years old. And so it's so easy, and I'm gonna tell you guys a couple reasons why I love it while I'm making it. But let's go ahead and get started. This is a spicy peel and eat shrimp. So we've got just under 10 ingredients. What we're gonna do is we're gonna start with some garlic and a little bit of olive oil. Okay, so we're gonna start with our shrimp, our olive oil, and our garlic all in a saute pan. And then we'll add all of our aromatics. So we have some Chesapeake Bay seasoning, and we also have about a tablespoon of tomato paste. All right, so again, we're on medium-high heat. We wanna add 1 can or bottle of beer. I remember when I was a kid, I would get so excited because there was like beer in there. I don't know what I thought was happening, but I obviously the alcohol cooks out, but I just thought it sounded really like exciting for a kid, like, oh my gosh. All right, so the tomato paste and the beer really become the basis for your sauce. And then we're also gonna add the juice of 1 lemon, just like this. So that's gonna give it that brightness and that freshness we're looking for. All right, so we want this to come up, so we're gonna have this on high temperature, medium-high temperature, just until it starts to simmer, and then we'll bring the temperature down to about medium for about 5 or 6 minutes, just until the shrimp is really cooked through and the sauce starts to thicken a little bit. And so I get the question, like, why would I serve peel and eat shrimp when my friends are coming over? And it's not just nostalgia for me, because obviously I've been eating this dish for roughly 30 years, but I actually really like it in this era of technology, because when you're eating peel and eat shrimp and your hands are really dirty and it's pretty tactile, it means that you can't be looking at your phone. It means you can't be texting anybody. It means you came over so that we could hang out and we could talk to each other, and we're gonna talk to each other because you can't touch your phone. And so it's a little bit of a secret reason why I kind of really like serving peel and eat shrimp and why it's one of my go-tos. So remember that. All right, let me give this a stir. So we're gonna lower the temperature and we're gonna let this simmer for about 5 or 6 minutes, just until the liquid is reduced by half. So we'll come back to it. All right, so this is the consistency we're looking for. The sauce is really nice. It's thickened up, so reduced by about half. And then we're gonna add some fresh parsley that I've just chopped. Turn off the heat, and we can just literally put this in a bowl. Oh, this is so yummy. This is one of the easiest recipes. I remember when my dad kind of created this, he was so proud of himself, but it turned out to be the thing that everybody wanted every time they came over, and it's still to this day one of my favorites. So you want to make sure you get all of the sauce, because that's half the fun. And you want to serve this with some really great crusty bread so that you can scoop up all the sauce. Hey guys, it's Vanessa. I love roasted garlic and I love roasted garlic oil. I use it in just about everything. So here's a quick tip of how to make a lot in a short period of time. Check it out. Start with already peeled garlic cloves, and all you have to do is add some really nice olive oil, and you're basically just going to saute this for about 20 to 25 minutes until your garlic cloves are golden brown and nice and soft. Afterwards, you end up with a really great olive oil that's infused with garlic, and the garlic cloves you can use in all your favorite recipes. Hey guys, so we're gonna introduce a new segment, and this is great. We're gonna answer your questions, which I've been getting a lot of already. So I have a question from @Mandisa Ella in Brooklyn, New York. She's having Easter with her family, and she wants to know how she can prepare Easter dinner without too much hassle. So this is actually really easy. I love Easter dinner, it's great, and I actually do an Easter brunch. So it's a little bit less overwhelming. The food doesn't have to be so fancy. And actually, if you tune in next week, I'm going to be making a couple really great recipes that are for an elegant and easy brunch, so tune in. We are so excited to take your questions every single week, so keep them coming. You can ask me questions on the show page at YouTube. You can also DM me directly at my Instagram page @Vanessa Cantave, and we will make sure that we answer your questions every single week. Make sure you tune in next Monday at 4 o'clock because we're gonna be going over our Easter recipes. I've got more tips for you. And of course, conversations with Christian, because if it's Monday and 4 o'clock, you are at home with Vanessa Cantave. See you next week. Bye.